I'm B,
And I'm Sam.
and we're two best friends who like to talk shit about smut, wingspan.
And sometimes books.
And welcome to our Author Spotlight, where twice a month we like to sit down to talk about our favourite books.
Completely spoiler free and the perfect way to top up the TBR.
Hello, end of February.
Hello, end of February.
It's springtime.
Oh, yay.
Wonder if our daffs are out yet.
Oh, hopefully.
Here in Wales, guys, for any of you people not in Wales or don't know what a daff is, it's short for daffodil. And it's our national flower here in Wales, and they grow in abundance during the springtime. And at the time of recording, mine are just peeking through the ground.
Oh. This summer, I'm going to sort the garden. Obviously, we've never had a summer here before, but we're going to sort the garden, and I want to get flowers. I want it to look nice.
But if you want to do your daffs and then your bulbs, you've got to put them in the winter.
We're back.
We are
for
back.
The end of February Author Spotlight.
Yeah.
Which seems wild because today is the 27th of January.
Yeah. But this would have been yours anyway, but obviously you ended up picking at the beginning of the month very kindly. Thank you so much for doing that because I'm busy.
Yes. Today's book is The Faerie Guild Trials by G.L. Preston.
Mm-hmm.
Before I get into her profile, her Goodreads profile is Gem L. Preston.
Oh,
and I'm pretty sure that's what all her handles are, is Gem L. Preston. So can I call her Gem?
Yeah, fine.
This is the author's little about me section. International best-selling author of fantasy, Gem L. Preston, comes from a small town in South Wales. It was there that she was influenced by the mythology and legends of her country, and that, along with her love of video games, led to the creation of her debut novel, Prince of the Ancients. Her characters are brave and outgoing, but in real life, Gem is scared of moths and loves nothing more than relaxing with a cup of tea. She also loves K-pop and anime. When she is not writing or trying to write while her two demon daughters run wild, Gem spends most of her time reading, gaming, or spending time with her family and friends. Passionate member of perhaps too many fandoms, Gem loves nothing more than indulging in Marvel, Harry Potter, Star Wars, and all their theories. A passionate discussion is probably one of her favourite things. Gem has been living with an incurable disease known as IIH for over a decade, something which she tries to raise awareness of often. She also has a heart condition, and knowing how these types of conditions can affect not just the physical health, but mental health of a person, she loves speaking to others who deal with chronic illnesses.
Aww.
I know, I didn't realise that about her until I just read that. So, The Faerie Guild Trials from our fellow Welshie. Yep. This is the book's description on Goodreads. Step into the deadly world of the fairy realm, where alliances are fragile and shadows hold the key to survival. Effia Mathonwy, the last Gwir, is thrust into the treacherous trials of the Seelie and Unseelie courts, wielding the rare power to control shadows. As she faces ruthless foes and navigates the cutthroat fairy politics, Effia discovers an unexpected ally in Ansel, a mysterious fae with secrets of his own. In a contest where every decision could be her last, Effia's journey unfolds in a dance of danger and intrigue. Shadows cling to her every move, revealing hidden dangers whilst unlocking the secrets of her family. As the realm teeters on the edge of chaos, Effia must choose her path wisely. Will she conquer the trials and emerge triumphant, or will the enemies that surround her become her undoing? In a world where survival is a deadly game, alliances will crumble and the realm's destiny hangs in the balance.
Ooh.
And also, if you didn't pick it up from that description then, she's the Shadow Daddy.
Oh yeah, I think I got that. I fucking love a Seelie and Unseelie court in the Fae world. I love it.
I just fucking love that she's the Shadow Daddy. The Shadow Mammy, I suppose.
Yeah, hot.
Very hot. So, the prices I'm about to give you are all in British pound sterling.
Yeah.
You can get this on Kindle Unlimited. So if you're a Kindle Unlimited subscriber, it is free and included in your subscription. If not, you can buy it on Kindle for £2.95. You can also get the paperback on Amazon for £10.99. No hardback as of yet.
GL Preston also sells through their TikTok shop. Because I bought this through the TikTok shop.
Yes. And TikTok shop is signed?
Yeah, it came signed and it came with like a bookmark and like art prints and stickers. And yeah, it was great.
Yeah, it was great.
It was great. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's where you can get it. That's the sort of prices it's going for. And you can get it on Amazon, obviously. And as B just said, you can get it on TikTok shop.
Yes.
So what can I say about this book?
Oh, okay.
So you've got Effia Mathonwy, who is an unseelie fairy. The way this world is set up is Seelie Court and Unseelie Court sort of live side by side with like a king or a queen for each court. Then you have a high king who rules over both courts. The high king is Effia's uncle.
Okay.
And he dies.
Ooh.
Your rule can only pass to your children. So it can't pass to your siblings, your nieces, your nephews, whatever. Only biological children can take rule. So he doesn't have any children. All he's got is his brother and Effia, his niece. So in the event that there's ever a high king or queen that doesn't have children, there's these trials that are premeditated, preset, like hundreds of years ago. And they will crown a new king or queen. Effia is best friends with Bainan and Branwen. They are both Seelie.
Okay.
And Bainan is the queen of Seelie's son.
Ooh.
So a lot of tension between obviously Seelie and Unseelie, as we've seen in a lot of Fae books that have Seelie and Unseelie. But even more tension because she's Seelie and is somehow best friends with two Unseelie children, one of which is the High Queen's son. So, yeah, a lot of tension. She meets them as children. Sorry, I should say she's an adult as this is taking place, but she meets Bainan and Branwen when she's young.
Okay.
So both Effia and Bainan enter the trials and they know that they're going to have to compete against each other at some point.
Okay.
Effia's dad, Bron Mathonwy, he's sort of like a mafia boss.
Okay.
Like, basically, he's trained Effia all her life to be like a killer.
Okay.
And if somebody's pissing him off or has like stepped out of line, he sends her to torture and kill them.
Nice.
And he'll be like, bring me back their finger, bring me back their head. Like, it's fucking wild.
Yeah.
But he's also really, really strict with Effia. So he tortures her really badly, mainly whipping. So there is mention, read your trigger warnings, but there is mention of her torture throughout this book by her father's hand. Patricide is illegal, so she can't kill her dad.
Okay.
Is that how you say it? Patricide.
I don't even think I've ever heard that word.
Okay.
Fuck me. When you said it, my eyes were like, oh, fuck, I don't know what that means.
So she can't kill her father.
Okay.
But she really fucking wants to. She hates her dad.
When you say patricide is illegal, surely just murder is illegal.
It's Seelie and Unseelie, innit?
Okay. So killing your dad bad, killing other people, meh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't get caught.
Okay.
So she can't kill her father. I don't know, maybe there's like magical law that would like kill her if she killed her father. I don't know. But she really wants to. So during the first trial, she comes across a Fae who is being attacked by 8 other Fae. So 8 on 1. He's basically in the middle or in a ball on the floor and they're all kicking shit out of him, you know, killing him basically. She kills all 8 of them.
Nice.
And saves him. And his name is Ansel.
Okay.
He's mute. Can't speak, but he can like project into her mind. So he talks into her head.
Wow.
So she'll reply out loud and then he'll cast something into her mind to respond to her. So that dynamic is really cool between the two of them. And then they strike up an alliance for the trials.
Okay.
she's sort of like, I can't understand if he's Seelie or unseelie. I've never seen him before. I don't know who he is. I can't get a read on like which court he's aligned to. It's all a bit strange. But they strike up an alliance and they sort of work together. Her dad doesn't fucking like this. Her dad doesn't want her to have any friends.
Okay.
Her dad basically says to her, you know your mate Bynon? He's in the trials. Kill him during the trials.
Lovely.
And she's like, fucking hell.
Yeah.
But in these trials, anything goes.
Okay.
Everyone's fucking murdering everyone.
Yeah.
But after like each trial is done, they're all sort of like camped in tents in, it's almost like neutral territory between Seelie and unseelie. And they pass a law then, you can't kill each other when you're here.
Okay.
Like, come on now. In the trials, fine. But when we're resting, let's not. And like, everyone's trying to kill Effia. Like, they know who her dad is. They know that her uncle was High King. So like, she's in good footing to get to where she needs to be. So people keep trying to kill her. And her dad's like, had them hung and quartered then at like the entrance to this campsite, because he's like, I fucking told you, no killing when we're in here.
Yeah.
So yeah, loads of people try to kill her, and her dad just is like setting examples left and right. It's fucking brutal, I'll be honest. Class, but
brutal,
gory and brutal. The trials, I won't get into them too much, but like there's a race through a magical forest, there's a labyrinth, there's you know, creatures popping up and you know, showing your wit as well as your strength. And yeah, the trials are really, really fun to read, really interesting, really fast paced.
That's all.
That's all she wrote.
Okay. Well, there was more, but obviously we can't talk about it.
I can't talk about it without giving any spoilers. So
okay, questions?
Yes.
Okay. What was your favourite part of the book?
So we briefly talked about this on our live the other night.
Yeah, we did.
G.L. Preston includes epigraphs in her book, which, if you don't know what they are, but you've read Fourth Wing or Iron Flame, it's where you have like a little paragraph at the top of your chapter. So she does this. It'll be maybe like a book on mythical creatures. It'll be like an clipping of that, or some of it is like correspondence between the old High King and Effia, or Effia back to her uncle. Children's books, like loads of different things. And I just found that so interesting. I just loved reading them. I loved getting to a new chapter to be able to read what the epigraph was going to be. So yeah, that was my favourite part of the book.
Ooh, okay. Did you race to the end, or was it a slow burn? Silly question.
I feel like we may as well take this question out, because every time my answer's always race to the end.
Because you just smash books in a day.
I know, I can't help it. I just get really invested.
So if I could have sessions where I wasn't being asked to like pick someone else's nose by my toddler, or like what's in my pocket, oh it's a boogie, or like oh what have you done, I've just shit in the corner of the room, then I equally am an incredibly I'm like that as well. We're both like that.
Yeah, but I stayed up to read this. Like I think I was at like 90%, and I was like, oh, I'll go to bed, and I was like, oh, no, I'm not going to bed.
Bang, bang, bang.
And it's like 2 a.m. then. I just put my Kindle down, like, good night.
Worth it though.
Yeah. Oh my god, totally worth it.
Which scene had stuck with you the most?
Probably the scene that I've already talked about, where she saves him, because she's like been brought up to be this like hardened killer. She's not supposed to make friends. She's not supposed to care about other Fae. Like, she's meant to just have like one goal in mind. Like, she's not supposed to be the person that saves somebody. So the fact that like she saves this Fae, like she sees 8 on 1 and thinks that's not right. Like, I don't know, it just showed like not like a softer side to her, but you know, like up until this point she's sort of made out as like a cold-hearted killer. So to see that side of her, and to see her strike an alliance with somebody knowing that her dad's gonna hate it, I just really liked seeing that side of her. And like she's a very multifaceted character. There's a lot to Effia as you move through the book, that you learn like a lot of layers to Effia. A lot to get through with her.
Would you read another book by this author?
Yes, I'm chomping at the bit for book 2.
And G.L. Preston's got quite a few books out.
Yeah, but I want the next book of this. But I am going to read her other stuff as well. But I did say to her, like, if you need somebody to read it, then, you know, let me know. Yeah. She said her editor's pregnant, and I was like, I'll read it. I'll edit it.
I'll do it. What surprised you the most about this book?
The ending. And again, it's so annoying when it's the ending because I can't share it. But like when I tell you that this is the plot twist of all plot twists, because, and the reason I say that is it's not one plot twist. You get a plot twist and you're like, fucking hell. Then a second plot twist is introduced and you're like, are you having a fucking laugh? Then a third plot twist is introduced. Okay. So I'm like, I have been duped 3 times. And it all comes out in one chapter. Like there's one like big like grand reveal almost. And like I was just like, what?
Yeah.
Class, but like, oh my god, it fucking threw me for a loop.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. How did the opinion of this book change as you read it?
So my change in opinion was the love interest, because obviously it's romantasy. So there's going to be a love interest. But I thought I knew who the love interest was. Then she strikes up this alliance. So I'm like, oh, maybe this is the love interest. Then we flip-flop back to somebody else. And I'm like, who the fuck is the love interest in this book?
Ooh.
So my opinion was flip-flopping all over the place because I couldn't get a handle on who was supposed to be the love interest. But in the most fantastic of ways, because when you read it, oh my God.
Ooh.
Like, oh my God. And that's all I can say. And I really want to tell you more. And I don't want to spoil it for you. And I don't want to spoil it for other people. But if anyone's listening to this and you've read the Faerie Guild Trials, can you reach out to me so we can talk about
Sam
it?
needs emotional support.
Yeah. I just really need to talk to somebody about this book.
Okay. How did this book's title work in relation to the book's content?
So you're in the guild of the fairies, the 2 courts and the trials to get to the crown. And be the high ruler, so there's no surprise there.
Did this book remind you of any others?
So I've written here ACOTAR with a question mark, and it is ACOTAR vibes, but it doesn't compare. Like nothing comes close to what G.L. Preston has written.
From the description, it does give me a bit of like Holly Black, Cruel Prince
with
kind
the
of
Seelie
vibes.
and Unseelie, but I just think what G.L. Preston has produced in one book is so unique that I would be doing her a disservice by comparing it to anything, because it's so unique. Maybe there are books out there like it and I just haven't read them, but for me personally, I can't really compare it to anything because I think it's a really unique story. Plot twists are really unique. I've never seen plot twists done like this.
Okay.
So for that reason, I probably wouldn't compare it to other books, just because I don't want to do her a disservice.
Ooh, another cork. Like we say this every single time. Like
they've all been amazing.
We wouldn't have picked them if we didn't think that they were class. But like
we've been really lucky. And I'm just waiting for book 2 now because I need it.
But she said when it's coming out.
I can't remember. She did say on our live what she was aiming for, but it's gone.
March is Secrets of the Dead. That's what I'm reading, by Laura Carter. You've got The Guardian Speaker Volume 1 by Catherine E. Whibble.
Ooh. Exciting.
And then April is when it finishes, so we might as well just say what we've got for the rest of the year. I've got Prince of the Tower by Amy Clinton. And then you have Shot in the Dark by Dublin and Kendallsley.
I cannot wait for Shot in the Dark.
Yeah.
We've heard really good things.
We have.
And they sent it to us, right?
Yes, we have got it. Yes, we have.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then that concludes season 1 of...
Yeah, so probably, maybe by the time this comes out, we'll have started thinking about putting
season 2
applications out. And we've had some really nice authors message us, like, how do I get involved in this author spotlight business? Like, what is this?
Back in Feb, March time.
So we've already got, like, some interest, which is amazing. Like, and hopefully we'll get more interest. And
yes.
Yeah, hopefully this is what you guys want to see. Hopefully you're enjoying these spoiler-free...
We do get a lot of nice feedback on it. Like, I definitely think we're going to keep going.
Yeah, and I love doing it. You know, they're quick 20 minutes. And it's quite nice when I've read something that you haven't and vice versa. Like,
it really varies our TBR as much as you can within, like, this genre.
Yeah. And, like, just being able to ask each other questions. I know we have a strict set of questions, but, like, we're quite happy to jump in on the other and be like, sorry, can you explain this? Or what do you mean? Like,
please read tell me about the dual wank scene. I know this wasn't in this book, but last month, at the beginning of the month, we had that.
You want to hear about it again?
I got it just a bit.
Okay.
We're done.
Yeah.
Yay.